Ahoy, hoy. Oh, how's it going? Well, come on in. Take the fort, Arclight. How are you fellas doing? Doom, doom, doom. What did you get up to today, Arclight? Oh, hi, Jada. Man, everyone's got the sick lurk emotes. I need one. I've got that one. I just noticed that that plush Unagi emote has kind of a similar color palette to Jez's toucan. Is it Tuco? Is that the name of the toucan? Pretty good. Got all the scenery stuff done from Monday today. Oh, sick. How are you feeling? Are you gonna be DMing IRL today or today? Today after tomorrow? I don't know what the hell day anything is. Yeah, Tuco is a cute little toucan. Pardon me. Ba-dum. I actually use the Raid Tuco quite often. I think it's adorable as hell. I was working on maybe making one for my channel, but I don't know. It's just doesn't quite look as good. I was gonna see if maybe I had set it up as an FFZ. No, it wasn't even good enough to make the FFZ cut. So that's how you know it was bad. Oh, Jesus Christ. Phew. And that's why guns have safeties on them. So you don't do that, but in real life. Yeah. How have I not looted these things already? I entered this town before. How did I miss those? Weird. Alright. So I've been in here, but literally I loaded into the place and then I was like, oh yeah, there's something else I wanted to do and fast traveled out. So I haven't even spoken to a person. Yeah, in person, feeling good. Awesome. Here. Although I've got to say the remote DM thing worked pretty well. Like, instead of everyone playing individually on Roll20, having, like, everyone in one room and then a remote DM, I think works a lot better than, like, if one player were to join remotely, because I feel like they'd kind of get drowned out. But with a DM, there is kind of an organic sort of back and forth where players will talk over each other, but generally it's like, you know, you riff, you think, and then it's like, okay, this is the plan, and you tell the DM, and then you wait for a reply. So it actually worked out surprisingly well. So who are you?
Welcome back. I do so hope you're enjoying your time here.
Oh yeah, I guess you started to talk to me before I fast traveled out of here. Actually, I'm looking for a man named Tucker.
The new boy. Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly.
Boy.
Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill.
Huh.
May the eternal truth guide you.
Oh, good, okay. I love it. The first person you meet in a town. And may the guiding light of our deity
Except for all the dead critters.
be the thing which sees you through your day-to-day. Philosophists. Okay.
Hope Zora sends me on next.
Oh, these are iconoclasts. Okay. I've been told about them. I've been warned about these fillers.
Maybe we can melt this.
Oh. Oh, that would have been a perfect little hiding place for something for me to find. Bum bum bum. Ba-ra-ba-ba-ba. Oh yeah, right. Music. Yeah, worked alright. Only complaint from my end was that when in person, if two others are talking to each other, I can still understand the one person talking to me, but when everything's coming through the mic, if someone else says something, I cannot possibly understand the person talking to me. Right, so, was it because of the automatic kind of feature of software like that to, like, duck the audio when more than one person speaking. In this copy of Dissident Hunter, the hero braves the dangerous hellhole that is Monarch. Numerous edits are scratched into the text, and a number of the villainous dissidents have had mustaches and hats drawn onto them. Currently available entries. I can just read this person's diary. Sick. Graham taught me how to meditate today. You close your eyes and you breathe in real deep and try not to cough. Then you just listen to yourself. You know how sometimes you'll be hiding from a mantiqueen and you're trying to be quiet, so you focus real hard on your breathing and you can hear your heartbeat and you think how can this mantiqueen not even hear me? And all of a sudden you have to sneeze and it reminds you of that time you were coming back with a delivery. And as you were putting it on Zora's table, you sneezed and it slipped and a bunch of things broke. Meditating is like that, only you're supposed to think of these things on purpose. Graham calls it, I don't remember what he calls it, Reco something. He says it's your own eternal truth bubbling up to the surface, and the things you remember are what you're supposed to focus on and try and improve. When we meditated, I mostly remembered that sitting on rocks hurts. Maybe I'm supposed to toughen up my tailbone. Wild. Gives a wall of noise and everyone's coming through at the same volume. Gotcha. Yeah, I also turned the audio, like, noise gate off entirely. Because people kept like coming in and out of the room, so I figured I'd let you hear everything. Maybe if it were increased a little bit, it might help, because you wouldn't hear the sounds of voices echoing off the walls, because that's such a minute sound. But Zora's really smart, but you know what? Sometimes she can be such a bitch. I was supposed to get some info for her from Cascadia, but I couldn't find a way over without going through Marauders, so I gave up and stopped in at Fallbrook to pick up some supplies instead. How is a person a bitch for asking you to get some info? While I was there, Chastity dropped in for a few games of whist. She's so cool. She's always playing games there. When I lose bits, I get really upset. I don't have much, so losing what I have, it hurts, you know? But Chastity could drop thousands on a single game, and she's fine. Well, sometimes she drinks a bit and slams the table and storms out, but still, mostly she's cool about it, and I admire that. Anyway, when I got back, Zora yelled at me because I was a little late. Something about medicine not getting here fast enough. Graham just said to try not to lose track of time on my next run, and I promised I would. That's how you teach someone. Don't gotta yell and make them feel bad. The author of this sounds like a child, maybe? You initially had the noise gate on. I could only hear what was said directly into the mic, so no noise gate was better than noise gate. Yeah, there's like 48 you know, hertz or decibels rather of variance there though that I could have played with, but yeah, probably just take a little bit more time on the setup next time. If there is a next time, I don't know. Hopefully we'll just be gaming in person. Today Zora gave me permission to buy ammunition from Bronson. I don't think I want to, but she said I should just in case. But guns are really loud. I'd rather just run away than shoot one. Still, I'm kind of proud. Zora said it was like a promotion for something I found in the wilderness. I think it's a code for a door, but I'm not sure why it's important. Can't even get near the place without getting attacked. I asked her what a promotion was, and she smiled in a really sad way and told me I shouldn't worry about it. Oh, I wonder if that's the door. I uncovered a door out in the wilderness. I suspect it's... Oh, actually, I've seen a couple doors now that I'm thinking about it. It could have been any of them. This will be my last entry. Sorry, Diary, you've been a really good listener, but our time has come to an end. This terminal was making a horrible beeping noise yesterday, and someone smashed it while I was out. Now I can't even save more diaries. Milton can't fix it, plus he says I should stop coming into his house to write when he's not around. Whoever smashed this poor terminal, if you're reading this, sucks sulfur. I can repair it. Ooh, well, now more logs can be saved, so I guess that's like a kindness to whoever's computer that is.
Get a whiff of that sweet sulfur air.
That sweet sulfur air. You know that's how I like it. Mmm. Sweet smell of sulfur all day long. The smell of farts. Vending machine discovered. Where? Oh, right there. Okay. Oh, you're named. Oh, this is Bronson. Never gonna run around and desert you. How is it going, Wyra?
Welcome to the Emporium. I'm Bronson.
I'm Cab Stab. You run a store out here?
It ain't really a store. Think of me more like a quartermaster. and a
Honk.
chef.
How's it
and a
going, Turtles?
handyman, and whatever else we need.
You sobered up. At a Klondike bar. Oh, damn. What did you have to do for it? I would say it's perhaps one of the most successful advertising campaigns of all time. I gotta say. I'm gonna have a wine gum, I think. Nothing. I guess you had to purchase it, right? Yeah. Buy it with cash? That's what I'd do for a Klondike bar. A quartermaster? The iconoclasts?
We gotta eat. Eating means hunting. Hunting means armaments. We used to let people take what they will, but then some idiot shot some other idiot over cards.
Wine gums are so nice.
So Zora set up a system. You fuck up, you don't get to buy gear. You play nice, you do. Yeah, plenty. If you're the type to fix a thing or two, I've got a couple reports I need to follow up on.
Oh, maybe you'll ask
The
me to fix that
pipes up on
computer.
Milton's house burst. Someone needs to shut them off. Then there are the cables outside the bar. A sprat.
This reminds me,
now they're spitting like
when you first get to Megaton in Fallout 3,
outside
the mission
town
you
on
get to
way
go
the
around fixing little
Bayside
things.
Terrace. Someone needs to reset the comms breaker there.
things are really falling apart around here.
That's one way to look at it. Another is, those are the only things in this whole fucking town that are broke. Maybe we appreciate that.
Mister, there's something I've been wondering since we got here. How do you protect your wires from sulfuric degradation?
Oh my god.
Oh, easy. Most of the wildlife here seems to tolerate the sulfur. So we wrap our copper in wrapped bits. Hides, tongues, whatever's pliable.
Huh. That is creative.
I ought to tell you, most of these systems are routed through one of our terminals. You might be able to handle some of them remotely if you know your way around a computer. We sent Milton out to check on the comms tower a while ago. Ain't heard back. I'd wager he got 8. Up the hill. It's right on the cliff's edge.
Huh. Bronson maintains a record of strange special equipment requests beyond the normal firearms, ammunition, and medicine that the iconoclasts have burned through at an alarming rate. Most of his list is crossed out, but a few items haven't yet been fulfilled. Zora, Force Melt Bright Gel. May not actually exist. Graham, Dissident Hunter, number 17. Huxley, Auntie Cleo, Wrapped Begone. Also, may not actually exist. Huxley, any book on terminal repair. Carl, Primal Glue Adhesives. What a what a shopping list. Need a list of all of my commands. I can't remember them all. I could probably consolidate a list. I'll have to go look through them all. They're alphabetical, so I'll have to like read each of them and just sort of think about it, figure out whether it's one of yours. But I can totally do that. Whoa.
So get your knees flexing and your arms T-rexing and creep.
That's one of them. That's definitely one of them. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. That's definitely another. Oh, this is Huxley. Oh, I forgot about that one. Also a legit reminder. Lyra is the troll underneath a bridge that bridges us all together. Fact. You made it back?
Damn right. Ain't nothing in the wilderness can stop me. Except being locked up.
Are you holding up?
Well, on the way back, I twisted something in my leg, foot area. Where does my foot end and my leg begin? Wherever that is, it hurts. So,
It's
no
called an
runs
ankle.
for me for a little while. Time to kick back and relax.
How'd you hurt your leg?
I did a dumb thing. I was trying to get away from a terror ray. Usually, you can just get a ways from their nest and they'll stop following you. But
Slept
one
weird
was
with your shoulder and
really
neck all wonky.
persistent.
Oh, I hate
Chased me
that.
for-
I hate
I
that.
don't
That
know,
happened to me days
forever.
ago, and I'm still like
Scratched me up
noticing
right
it.
Good.
I still
barely
can't
got
like
away.
like
Then I tripped
you
over
know.
a void damn
I
rock.
can pretty much
A
touch my
rock! Not
ear to
even
my
a
shoulder
slippery
on one side, but on this side,
There's your iconoclast
it just
theory
stops
of
right there.
chaos in action.
That's it.
Mister, I don't know what chaos is, but rocks ain't got theories.
Oh.
They're rocks.
How long will we be out of commission?
Till it stops hurting, I guess. Zora says I'll be fine in a
I
month
feel
or
like
so.
I've been stabbed all day. Oof. Got super high edibles and didn't care, but wore off. Aw.
Huh? Why? Oh, ha! You're funny. Oh, hello.
Fixed your terminal.
What? Oh, in Milton's place? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Me and my diary have got some catching up to do.
Yay. Now the people like me more. Still not enough to let me just take their bullshit, but that's fine. Nothing tucked away back there? Alright. If I pull my shoulders back like that, I feel some popping, but doesn't help really. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it just sucks to be in pain. I'm not a fan. I don't like it. Ah, you have a name. I bet you've got some interesting shit to tell me. Someone to knead their fists and loosen muscles? Yeah, need a massage.
Never seen you before.
I'm new here.
Take my advice. Move on. Get off-world if you can. If you can't, get to the bay. I've been
Down by
halfway
the
around
bay,
Monarch, they call it now.
where all the alien
Been
fish are
around twice.
canned.
Sit at the hot pole and the cold. Nothing on this moon for nobody. Just a lot of heartbreak.
Heartbreak, what happened to you here?
A great many things. I'll tell you what. You want to listen to an old man
Every needle
ramble?
person, but I found
Might
acupuncture
be
helps
a
a fair
job in
bit.
it for you. I used to run with a squad of mercenaries here.
I
Good
think,
folk. Fella
personally,
named Lamont introduced
of all the
me.
sort of
Thing is, I ain't
health
seen them
professionals
in an age.
that I've experienced, I found
Stands to
that,
reason they got themselves
like a professional registered massage therapist can be quite helpful for some things, and a physiotherapist is also quite helpful for a lot of other sort of muscle area issues.
Mostly we protect the folk from the beasts here. If it spat, scratched, or stung, we'd kill it for you. So long as you had the bits. We split ways around the time this twice-fucked moon got abandoned. Thing is, I got myself some fond memories. We had some keepsakes of ours we kept in a lockbox, and I've been thinking about seeing it found.
Mementos.
Thereabouts.
What if they're still alive?
I'll be glad for it, but I ain't stupid. This planet tends to get people killed.
Yeah, I'm not wild with needles
I just
either.
want some closure.
You find them yourself?
Getting on in years, kid. Legs ain't working like they used to. Sulfur burns a little too long in the lungs. This joint's looking like my last home.
Alright, I'll find your lockbox.
Appreciate it, kid. I'm marking outposts on your map. You spend a lot of time out there. Might be a good place to start. Here's a key for the door.
Psh, keys. I don't need keys. I'm really good at getting into places.
You meditate today? If not, you should.
But you're not a vendor? You don't sell shit? Oh, there's no door on here. I was gonna close the door to loot, but that's fine. What's on this? If there's a good on this rock, let me know. I'm not a needle person. A good which? Physiotherapist? Massage therapist? Handwritten list of recipes. One stands out from the rest. Raptidon brains. Clean and boil brains. Let dry, preferably under a spore tree. Season with sugar, AC nutmeg, and paprika. Boil and filter a ladle of Taro blood. Soak brains overnight. Cook 10 to 15 minutes on a low fire. That sounds awful. Yes or yes. So, yeah, I have a physiotherapist who fixed my back when, like 4 other healthcare professionals were unable to, in just one visit. I would highly recommend him. And I also have a really good massage therapist, but I'm not certain that that you can like well, I don't know. Maybe they're taking new patients. I'll have to look into it. I have no idea. But yeah, I have located an excellent individual in both of those fields. Sublight ID cartridge, eh? Cool. Dudes in the physio guy. Yeah, will do. You might have to, like, give me a message to remind me, because by the time I finish streaming, I'm like, not thinking of anything. I enter a vegetative state. Oh! That startled me. Well, that's easy. Gotta reroute it. Where is it hissing now? On the roof or something, maybe? Damn, just like Raptidons getting in at all angles. Oh, hey. None of these people are named, so probably not very interesting. Who about you?
Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you, stranger?
Captain Cabstab.
Welcome to Amber Heights, Captain. Call me Tucker. You here to join the Iconoclasts? Help us free this world?
Tucker, you're Agnes's little boy from Stellar Bay?
I am not a little boy. Haven't been one for decades, no matter what my mama wishes. I take it she's still looking for me? Had hoped she'd accept my decision.
Aw, that's cute. How's my night going? Yo there, Joe. How are you this evening? How is my night going? Fairly good. Fairly good. Took a long time for the little one to get to bed, so I started about an hour later than I usually like to, but yeah, pretty good all told. Oh, actually, that reminded me for some reason, that I don't have a Stream Raiders game going on. Let's do one of those. We got a high reward Stream Raiders battle that I've been meaning to wait to start until we maybe had a few more folks hanging out. Let's go here. And there we go. Do it. One of my favorite inexpensive bourbons behind your head? Yes, that will happen. Is it the oh wait, Maker's Mark? I also have the Basil Hayden tucked in behind it, but it's kind of hard to see. Yeah, Maker's Mark, nice. Yeah, that's my whiskey shelf. So we've got American, Canadian, Irish, Japanese, Indian, and Scotch whiskeys. The Tomatin 10 Cadenhead Cask Strength. Can do. So that's one of the whiskeys that Sonnet and I picked up on our honeymoon in London, which is a raw. It was a real hassle trying to find a place that specialized in whiskeys. We asked a lot of people too while we were there. For its inexpensive price is really better than it deserves to be. Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, anyone who mentions Jack Daniels, I'm always like, yeah, but like, if you try like an actual bourbon, I suspect you'll probably enjoy it. Shit, where's my Can't find my usual glass. That's fine. A wine glass it is. You rum fan? Do you like Zacapa 23? I'm a bit of a rum fan. I'm not massive into rum, but I do like to have like a decent selection. I have never heard of that rum though. Big Cam. All right. So this is the cask strength Cadenhead. When we were in London, it was a real pain in the butt finding whiskeys. Like when we were at the hotel, you know, we like asked the people working there, the dust on the outside or the inside? There might be a tiny bit of dust in here. Give it a quick little. Plantation and Zacapa have such an amazing sipping aged rums. I know of Plantation rum. The ones that I've got are we have some of the Pirate, but also the Eldorado 12, probably the better quality. The Pirate is kind of you know, it's known, but primarily just due to the fact that it's you know, owned by a celebrity. Yeah, the Eldorado is quite nice. Absolutely. I also have some local honey rum. Quite nice as well. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so the Cadenhead was one of the ones that we picked up when we went and asked around a bunch of different places trying to find out, like, okay, where is the whiskey? And people just kept saying, like, the grocery store, you know, like, as if they don't have any kind of liquor specialists. And the grocery store has, like, you know, a dozen scotches, all of which we can buy here. So I live in New York, so whatever you pay for a bottle, I pay 50% more. I live in Canada, so I suspect probably not. Like, how much for like a good just baseline would be, let's say, a bottle, 750 mils, or I don't know what you guys call them, a handle, a quart, what's the like normal size? A fifth, yes. What is a fifth of, say, like Smirnoff or Captain Morgan or something like that, if you were to go and buy one down the street or whatever? I saw Belly. So it's Afro Head, but I feel like no one has heard of it. I have not. It's a West Indies rum. Very light in color for that whiskey. Yeah, very. It's very light in color. Especially for a 10-year age. Oh, it smells nice. It smells a little bit, looking for a cheap place, which they do exist. It's not by me. I would pay 22 for a fifth of Smirnoff. In other states, I could get it for like 16. Yeah, so here, a 26-ounce, 750 milliliter bottle of kind of your cheapest alcohol after tax would be about $26 Canadian, which comes out to about I would say that's about 21 US ish, somewhere in that vicinity. So you pay about what we pay here. Yo, Bag, how you doing? Tucker, yeah. I like how he's like, I'm not a little boy, mother. I was crying about paying $60 for Zach up at 23. Blend of rums, 6 to 23 years old. Oh, I love when they do that kind of thing. There's a Macallan, the Scotch, distillery, has a bottle called Macallan Rare that's about, I think about $400. And I got to try one at a tasting back when I worked in the industry, and oh my god, it's a blend of everything from their like 12-year to I think 45 or 60-year or something like that. And it was like velvet. It was probably the most the most nice tasting, easy drinking whiskey I've ever had in my mouth. Yeah, it might cost more here. I would not be surprised. Yeah, so yeah, $1 US is about $1.20 Canadian exactly. So yeah, it's like $26 minus 1/5 of that is about 21-ish, which is why I kind of ballpark it in there. You a fan of really peaty Scotch? I am. We're out of Lagavulin right now, but I do like to drink a peaty Scotch. We have some Cowlela from the Isla. We also have the Lafroig. I believe those are our only sort of peatier things at the moment. But yeah, I like to have a peatier Scotch usually. When I wrote and performed a play, wrote and performed in it. That's awesome. We got our opening in the Edinburgh Fringe. Oh, that's amazing. Got to try an ounce of a $600 Scotch for $32. God damn. That sounds nice. That sounds really nice. The first whiskey I ever tried was Lagavulin 12, which was really good. And got me sort of hooked on whiskeys. It was my wife, actually. One of our first dates. That got me into whiskeys. Macallan Rare is delicious. I had an employer that hosted a Christmas party at the Empress. Supposed to get whatever we wanted. Boy, howdy, glad I wasn't paying the bill. Damn. That's 6, you got to try it as well. That's awesome. Yeah, we sold it at the liquor store that I worked at. And I believe it was $400. Like $3.99. Yeah, really, really good. I actually had several drinks of it because I would go to these industry tastings and they're free to go into, and all the vendors set up their tables, and one of the vendors opened the Macallan Rare, and so after I tasted it I was like, my god, that's good, and like chatted with them about whiskeys and stuff. Most of the time when people see me, they just kind of assume, this guy probably doesn't know much about booze. Can't imagine why. But the so I chatted with him for quite a while, and then I came back a little bit later and was like, Macallan, you don't happen to have any more, do you? And they poured me like a double of it. And then right as the place was closing, and everything was sort of shutting down, I swung back around and was like, if you're trying to get rid of the last of that bottle before you finish the night, and so they poured me some more. So I probably got about 4 or 5 nice drams of the Macallan Rare. It was really nice. Honestly, I hate to say it, but it was terrible. The $600 Scotch was? Oh, damn. That's unfortunate. I drank like $20 1-ounce pours after that were amazing, but the $32 one tasted literally like when you have morning breath plus accidentally eating literal dirt. Damn. I mean, some things are just expensive because they are rare, and some things are rare because not a lot of it is made, and sometimes not a lot of something is made because there's not a lot of demand for it. So I could see that. I'd be curious as to what bottle that was. A master sommelier, if you don't know, there are only like 200 that have ever existed, and only like 30 were women. She sends me 2 bottles a month, and she's an icon. Nice, that's awesome. Claudia Tyagi is responsible for 99% of my favorite wines. That's awesome. Yeah, my wife and I are both very, very much invested in the wine world. I did study a few levels of the IVSA, my wife as well. I got to 2 steps away from being a sommelier, but I just didn't pursue it as aggressively as I should have. But because it would be nice to have, you know, it was all paid for by my employer at the time, so it would have been nice to have committed and just had that designation, even if I'm not really using it. You know, why not, right? Someone else is footing the bill. It was rare and like 30 years aged or something, and it just was bad. That's unfortunate. About to try your Cocoa Puff flavored vape. Cocoa Puff flavored vape. Cocoa Puffs, are those are like a chocolate cornflake kind of thing, aren't they? Or no, puffs. So they're like round corn puffs. Yeah. I know it's a cereal. I've never really ate sort of like desserty American kind of sugary cereals when I was growing up. So you know, my mom was real sort of health net and stuff. So I just don't know if that's one of the chocolate ones. But I'm guessing because of cocoa in it. Sent me a chocolate cream wine, though, this month, and I've never questioned her more. That being said, I haven't tried it. I mean, you never know. Our wine club, she tastes wines without a knowledge of price and picks her two favorites to send out. Sometimes it's $10 wine, sometimes it's $80 wine. But it always just cost me $35 a month for 2 bottles. That's awesome. That's a really good price. That's a really good price. $35 a month for 2 bottles. But I mean, again, you know, this is coming from someone in Canada. We have very, very high taxes on our liquor, cigarettes, gas, just sort of like sin tax that goes back into all the shit that you want your money to go to. Healthcare and infrastructure and stuff. Is chocolate? Yeah, okay. All right, cool. House of Pure Vin. Happy to tote them. They're 5 minutes from the Canadian border. They're amazing. Awesome. Yeah, I wonder what the laws are for international shipping of alcohol. That can be a tricky one. Canadian customs are a little bit jank. Are they East Coast? It'll probably cost you more. I'm over on the West, so. Post that in the suggestions in Discord. That's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah, because there's no way I'm going to remember that. Detroit, Michigan. Oh, cool. I know several people in Michigan, actually. Yeah, if you do want to post that in my Discord, I might actually go and look into that and see whether that's a plausible thing to get here. Live in New York now, though, and she mails me my wine now. That's awesome. Yeah, speaking of like trying wines that are, you know, without knowing the cost. Actually, you know what? I drank it all. I was gonna say, there's a Canadian whiskey. I don't know whether you can get it. It's made in Ontario, so I would imagine that in New York, of all the states, might be sort of in close enough proximity that it might have access. But there's a distillery called Lot 40 that does a Canadian whiskey that won, I believe, a couple different years. It won just best whiskey at the Canadian Whiskey Awards, which are, I mean, there's a decent amount of competition. I would say of all the things that are distilled in Canada, whiskey is something that we have the most of. And that was, I believe, 7 judges on the panel and blind. No one knew the prices or anything like that. Channel I post a link in. You can throw it in the suggestion box for just like a suggestion of stuff. Or if you're wanting to just sort of, I don't know, yeah, I mean, whatever, any channel, right? Hangouts, share pics and vids and content and stuff, or suggestion box. I mean, I'm not too strict about the Discord. Oh, I should though. Make sure that if you don't already, okay, you do have the regulars tag. Just want to make sure that you are able to post embedded links and images. And a suggestion box, awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. That sounds good. Yeah, I'm totally into stuff like that. I really like the idea, like, what are they called? Not loot boxes, or is that the term for them? I don't know. The thing where you like send a company money and they send you a thing every month. Those aren't loot boxes. Loot boxes are strictly a digital thing. What is the term for the concept that I'm trying to articulate? The tastings are iconic. Damn. Anyway, those I don't know. Fuck it. We'll call them loot boxes. the subscription-based physical goods that you can receive. Are they're monthly loot boxes? That is the term? Okay. I don't know why I've felt like that maybe it wasn't. There's so many for several different concepts, but so few of them really interest me. Like, enough to actually put money out for them. Because I am very frugal. And so, yeah, the idea of one that does wines does definitely intrigue me. But the thing is, it's hard to find someone who has good taste in wine, to be honest. So that's a big appeal. I was get a free tasting there every year, and this past time when I was leaving Detroit, they planned a special event and chose only Michigan wines and charged me nothing. I know for a fact one of the wines cost $100+. They're so nice. That's awesome. That's really cool. Usually get charged extra if you want to pick the wines. Oh. I feel like the whole point of that would be to not pick the wines, you know? Like, or like even to just give them like a guideline or a broad kind of concept, I guess. Personally, I'm a big fan of oh my god, never mind, I'm having a stroke again. I have a few different grapes that I really like, and my favorite grape is I've been interacting with a toddler all day, and I can't I can't remember normal adult concepts like wine grapes. Oh well. Can't adult, exactly. Cab Franc. Cab Franc is one of my favorite grapes. But I feel like it's been kind of discovered lately. Which is kind of like means that, I mean, it's already a little bit of a pricey grape, if, you know, especially if it's done well, like if you get a French Cab Franc. And BC, actually, interestingly, has a really good climate for it and grows some really good Cab Francs, but they're still like, you know, $25-30 a bottle. And so I feel like because they're getting a little bit more popular, it's going to mean that there's probably more of them being grown, but it also is probably going to mean that there's going to be a lot of kind of shitty ones on the market. So it's sort of, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a mixed blessing. Like a guideline. I wanted only Michigan wine since I was moving away from there. Tipped like 100 though. Yeah, I mean, got it right. That's love a nice Tempranillo, Rioja. Yeah. Spanish grapes, I think, are some of the most underrated grapes in the world, honestly. I think, yeah, Tempranillo is really nice. I also like a Garnacha, you know? Like, as soon as you get it from France and you're getting a Grenache, suddenly it's like, you know, double the price. But there's some really, really good Spanish Garnacha that are grown super, super similar climates and like dirt cheap. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, Spanish wine's nuts. Yeah, it's hard to believe how cheap it is. You know, like you get a bottle, like I have like a $9 Garnacha just as like a backup bottle that I just have like stowed away so that like if someone redeems wine as the drink of the night and Sonnet isn't here or decides she doesn't want to drink or whatever, then it's just like a cheap bottle that'll crack and like still totally enjoy, you know? Cheaper than Napa Valley wine. Napa Valley wine's getting out of control. Like, it's expensive. But again, that's speaking someone who's, you know, on the west coast of Canada, and therefore I think we have the highest liquor tax in the country. And I live on an island, so our prices are often like a little bit higher because of the transportation costs of getting here. So, yeah, I find good Napa Valley wine can be quite pricey. Yeah, despite being imported. You live on an island too? On paper. Yeah, I guess. I mean, like, Vancouver Island, you have to take a ferry to get there. There are no bridges. And then once you arrive on the Vancouver Island, you can only go back. There's nothing further. It is the edge of the continent. And so, everything costs a little bit more here. Manhattan's a literal island. You have like, you could drive there. You can drive there. If you want to drive, like if I want to drive to Vancouver and just take a ferry from my island to Vancouver, if you drive onto the ferry, it's $100 plus. Like $100 for me in a vehicle, and then an extra like $20 per passenger or whatever. It's nuts. So, yeah, I never go to the mainland these days. Not since, I mean, that's the problem with, you know, essentially, the ferry is an extension of the highway. You know, it is like literally the #1 highway. Canada Highway #1 begins on our island and then continues on the mainland. And the ferry bridges that, but the ferry was privatized. And so privatizing an essential service, like essential transportation, has basically just meant that over the last 20 years or so, the cost has like more than doubled to travel on the ferry. Yeah, privatizing transportation, it's fucking insane. But that was when our Conservative Party was in power, and they were just, you know, short-term profits. They were just lining their pockets while they were in power, and now we have to deal with all the repercussions of those actions. Like, you have more options getting into Manhattan than anywhere. Yeah, totally. Helicopters, planes, trains, buses, metros, driving, biking, walking. Yeah, you can fly here or you can take a ferry, and the ferry's $100, and then I don't know what the planes cost, honestly. I took a seaplane to my IVSA course, the International Vintner and Spirit Association, but that was paid for by work, and that's why I took a seaplane. I was like, I'm not going to take a fucking ferry if it's paid for. Stayed in the Four Seasons, like, YOLO. Get all that shit paid for. You can get into New York City at the cheapest for, I think, $5. So fucking crazy. Yeah, so that's, yeah, it's an island, I guess. It's like, the infrastructure doesn't really pause due to the fact that it's an island. Driving surprisingly expensive.
You're here to collect
like $20.
Well, I can tell you right now, it is
that's
not gonna happen.
Still pretty cheap.
Won't go back. My entire life, she
at least compared to what I have to do with.
Bay because she
plus the ferry. Like, you have to drive onto the ferry,
will tear your
and the ferry is more than an hour and a half.
Raptidons
So
will spit acid on
that's
your
a thing.
face. Marauders can violate you. You'd fall in a sulfur pool. I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy in need of her protection. I won't stand for it, I tell you.
Oh, he's such a whiner. I won't stand for it. Helicopter from JFK to Manhattan is $200. JFK is an airport. So, that's what I know about that concept. That's the most expensive way to get in? Wow. 5 minutes? That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, I know JFK is an airport. I guess that it's in New York State, but not on the island, I'm guessing. I don't really know anything about it.
She doesn't want to see me as anything other than her baby boy. Why would I go back again? What'll be different this time?
Show were the skills you've learned.
You're right. I can do this. I just need to stand my
LGA,
ground and make her see
JFK
she
are the
can't
two
control
main
me
New York
anymore.
City airports in New
No
York
one
City,
can.
and Newark is in New Jersey. Okay.
Captain.
Yeah, I only really know about New York from American media, so movies and stuff like that. So it's not really I don't really know like the actual size of New York City. I know roughly how long it takes to get from one side to the other as Spider-Man. But yeah, I don't know much about New York, unfortunately. I haven't spent much time on the East Coast in general, but the time that I have spent on the East Coast has all been in Canada. Spooderman. JFK's in Queens, which is attached to Long Island, but legally distinct and is close to Manhattan. Okay. Are they all separate islands? New York City's way huger than you'd expect. Yeah, it sounds like it. I know it's got a bunch of boroughs. And that it's big and houses a lot of people. And that it's also terribly expensive. Although oddly not considered one of the sort of least affordable cities, I guess because most people who live there do have a decent amount of wealth, so like the income to cost of living ratio isn't actually as disproportionate as in many other places.
That's just the way of it. We gotta earn our keep out here.
That don't mean we ought to be following her into the jaws of a mantis.
Bro,
Would you rather sit on your thumbs and starve?
glad these people don't mind me taking all the like meat and hides and stuff of the things that they've been killing, and apparently use to fix up their towns. The Bronx is not on an island. Manhattan is New York Island. And Queens and Brooklyn are attached to Long Island, and Staten Island is its own island. Okay. Is this like Governor's Island and Tiny Island? So many more that aren't official neighborhoods. Tiny Island? That's the name of an island? Let me guess, it's fucking huge. Oh man, I love Vivi's theme. This track. Such a plucky little song. Such a fun way to start Final Fantasy IX. Roosevelt Island is a part of Manhattan, but is its own island. Okay, so there's like a lot of islands. Take a sky car or a subway to Roosevelt Island. Island small and man-made. Opened last year and it's just a park. Oh wow, okay. So that's like totally unique. Wild. When you say a park, are you talking like a theme park or like nature? Current patients. Ezekiel. Manti infested. Tried antibioticals. No effect. Alcohol poisoning. No effect. Acid drip. No effect. Current status. No longer with us. Ronnie. Fractured ankle. Left. Current status. Splinted. Reset. Recovering. Like a park? Not really nature either. There are plants and benches and sidewalks and overpriced food trucks. Very much looks artificial. Weird. So it doesn't have any nature, and it doesn't have any theme attraction. No petting zoos or anything. What's the point? Just like a place to go take a stroll that's hard to get to? Place you're legally allowed to hang out for free in New York City. Wow. Are you not legally allowed to hang out for free in other parks? Isn't Central Park famously a big park that already exists in New York? Lots of anti-homeless architecture. Ugh. God. Annoying. Benches are almost non-existent in New York City with the exception of Central Park. There are other parks with benches too. That just seems weird. It seems weird to want to travel to an island just to like be in a man-made park. Tough for me to wrap my mind around. But like my city has Beacon Hill Park, which is I think something like the 4th most beautiful park in all of Canada or something like that. So I don't know, I'm kind of spoiled just like growing up there and having access to a petting zoo and stuff like that. Hard to avoid big buildings and smog and annoying shit, so it's a cute little getaway. Yeah, okay. I guess I could see that. You don't really see massive buildings here either. I mean, it's not like, you know, Germany with their, like, you know, legally maximum allowed, you know, 4 stories for any building in most of the country. But, yeah, you usually don't find, like, massive places. Here, we'll go, drop a dude there. And I did my quest. Play some monks. Le Monk. Hey, Fluffy Bunny. What's shaking? Building is short because it's only 34 stories. Jesus. Barely qualify as a skyscraper. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Let me see here. A high-rise was just built a couple years ago. And so it's the tallest building in our entire city. It's 25 stories. Tall building in New York City pretty much needs to be at least 70 floors at a bare minimum, and some people would say 80 to 90. That's fucking crazy. But like, how many 80 to 90 stories plus, let's say 80 stories or more, how many buildings in New York are that size? A dozen? 100? 1,000? Like, give me an idea of what that actually means. Hundreds that are 80 or more stories? That's crazy. Right, so when someone says, like,
yeah, we felled it,
a building's got to be that big to count,
we lost 2 runners and 5 gun hits.
it's not like there's a shortage of them.
A total failure then.
I would say hundreds more than 80 stories, maybe more than 70. Okay, so only less than 100. Still, that's wild.
Let's talk later. It seems
Hey,
we
babe.
have company.
I'm good.
A stranger comes to our home. If you're looking for a path to walk,
oh, are these like the leaders of the
if you're
iconoclasts?
looking for a teacher, I am one. Welcome to the iconoclast.
Well, our city has one 25-story building. That is it. That's the biggest one. Previously, I think the largest city in our, or the largest building in our city was 19 stories. So they really outshone that one. Not claustrophobic, but when I went to New York, I had a panic attack from the claustrophobia. Damn. Intense. So there are probably like 50 buildings, more than 65 to 70 stories. Wow. Oh, hi.
Hi, fam.
Oh, hello, Breeze. I'd say the average building height is like 20 to 30 stories, which is why it all seems so crazy. The average building height is
Arclight, you're pretty tall. You probably would be fine.
as big as the tallest building in this city. That's so crazy. Yeah, I don't like big cities. I'm not wild about it. Like having to look straight up to see sky is terrifying. I could see that. I could see that. Yeah, I'm used to being surrounded by the ocean.
What's that?
That is some of the Tomatin Cadenhead 10.
Nice.
The honeymoon whiskey.
You don't know it's Sonnet. I could just be like a doppelganger masquerading as Sonnet.
New York's pretty crazy. I will say, because it's so big that you actually end up having
Sonnet's clone or twin sister that she never mentioned.
You end up having small communities all over that basically act like mini cities that you fall in love with. Yeah, I could see that.
Well, we
I
kind
could
of
totally see that being a thing.
communities here too. Like we're in Lake Hill, and there's like, which is different from a Sky Mall, which is different from
Those are neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's kind of what he means by mini communities, I'm guessing. But they're called neighborhoods in New York too.
I think in New York there's like whole sections of town that are like strictly one, like, pretty much one like ethnic group and totally have their own culture, so I feel like we don't have that, right? That's kind of unique to major cities.
Nut.
Vancouver kind of has
Literary shoes, how you doing?
They have sections that are definitely heavily Asian and heavily East Indian.
Yeah, that's a thing.
The joke about
Vancouver's a pretty major city as well, though. Like, where it's not, as far as Canada goes, it's a pretty major city at least. But
might be in the top.
It has some of the trappings of major cities. There are boroughs and neighborhoods, and even beyond neighborhoods. Sometimes there are 3 blocks by 3 block areas that have their own vibe. Yeah, I mean, that's something that I think you'll find kind of in most cities or even towns. But I think the idea of having a totally, not just a vibe, but like a culture that varies massively from one neighborhood to the next is something that we don't have here. But, yeah, it's just daunting, the idea of going to such a... I mean, I spent some time in Berlin, but, like, Berlin isn't built up, It's probably the most major city in London, I guess. But Berlin is just like the rest of Germany. It has, like, laws dictating how tall any given structure can be. So unless you get a special permit that's incredibly expensive, basically every structure is 4 stories tall. So there's only a small handful of buildings that exceed that, and they kind of stand out. London certainly is built up a little bit higher, and there's a handful of buildings that are like quite tall, like the Shard, which is, famous because of how big it is. How many stories is the Shard? 87 stories. Yeah, so that's truly a skyscraper. But it's like surrounded by buildings that are like 3 stories tall. The 3 block radius sometimes, it's like, oh, that's entirely for the BDSM polyamorous community at all the bars. Yeah, I guess that is a thing. Yeah. Soho in London is that kind of feeling.
Well, not quite that bad, but not bad, but like not quite that specific.
Soho is very
Soho's
much
amazing.
Alternative. So there's like
Anyone ever goes to London, who's
blocks
friends
of
with
gay
me,
bars and
needs
stuff.
to go to Soho. We found the best tea place in Soho. We
true.
went and saw Sir Ian McKellen be king.
I believe it was
Lear.
called the Hidden Tea Room.
Soho's Hidden Tea Room.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Amazing.
It's like a better price than pretty much any other tea room, and it was really weird because, I pulled it up we were told about it, and I pulled it up on Google Maps.
No, I found it online.
And we
it
got
had a
there.
Really high rating.
Yeah, so we got to where it was supposed to be, and there was like an English pub, and then across the street there was like other stuff, and yeah, there's like a bakery next to the English pub, and I like ducked my head into the bakery and was like, hey, we're looking for the Hidden Tea Room, and he was like, oh, next door, and I stepped out and looked next door, and it's an English pub. We like opened the door, and it's like the floor was like sticky with beer, and it was like smelled like a pub. And I was like, yeah, the Hidden Tea Room. But just asked the
old guys,
the person behind the counter, like, Hidden Tea Room, and they just like stepped over to the side and gestured at the stairs behind the bar. And we were like, what the fuck? So we like went up the stairs, and
there's like things stored on this thin stairway.
yeah,
it's
like
a thin
boxes
stairway,
of shit,
boxes
supplies,
of, like, food and stuff on the side, and,
and we just kept
like you're going up to
going up. And then at one
apartment.
point, finally get to the top, and there's 2 doors. One of them's a bathroom, and then the other one opens into a big tea room.
Bustling,
like
beautifully decorated, lovely tea room.
like 8 tables or something.
Out of nowhere.
Big bar. It's fucking weird.
It was great.
Yeah, it's just like, it was strange. It was odd. It was very unique. But it was a great tea room. That was really,
Would
we
go
had
again,
great tea
10 out
there.
of 10.
It's like, I don't know, 25 or 30 euro or something like that for high tea. Yeah, pounds, right? Not euro. I'm used to saying euro when I'm thinking of Europe. Polyamory blocks. I've been to Soho and San Fran, but not London. Never been to England, only to Scotland. We were intending originally to go to Scotland, but shortly after getting married, we decided we were going to try for a baby. And so we were like, yeah, we've got time, right? Like at our age, you know, we're in our 30s. It could take like 6 months up to a year.
We're like, okay, we'll just try right away and see what happens.
We succeeded on the first weekend we attempted it. So then it's sort of like, okay, well, I guess.
Apparently we were playing with fire the whole bloody time.
I guess doing a Scotch tasting across Scotland is off the table.
Yeah,
so
that's
let's
on the list.
do that some other time. So we went to England instead.
Apparently we are both
We love a
fertile
speakeasy.
humans.
Yeah, and it's weird because it's like, yeah, it's not a speakeasy because the bar was below. It was just like a tea room. It was like a, you know, you go from kind of a dimly lit wood everything.
It wasn't that dimly lit. It had pretty big windows.
Going into a tea room, which is like bright and had like
colorful, beautifully.
Baby blue like wallpaper and stuff. It was such a
best scones ever though. Those scones
like,
were.
It's like walking through a portal as opposed to a door.
It was funny because Rox doesn't really like scones, so he wasn't like as excited about the scones. And then he's like, "These are actually the best scones I've ever had in my life."
I'm glad they didn't gatekeep you. So many of the speakeasies in New York are like, if you don't know exactly the secret code to get in, then get out. Yeah, I could see that, but they're not exactly hurting for people to come by.
Yeah, no, they then Rox
That's also where we found the whiskey. We were in Soho because we were looking for fucking whiskey everywhere that we were in London the entire time we were there.
Everyone kept saying like, "Have you tried the Sainsbury's?" It's like, no, we don't
Just
want
like
grocery store whiskey.
Talking about the grocery stores, and it's all stuff we could get here. And finally, one of the things we decided, I was like, you know, normally anytime I travel, I spend a bunch of time researching, looking at different websites, finding the best price, you know, waiting until certain deals happen and stuff. But this time I was like, you know what, let's just go. So we decided we just go to like a travel agent, like one of those like basically just chains of I forget what the name of that particular one was, but like just a chain travel agent. And I was like, you know,
It was lovely. I liked her.
I looked up what the prices were roughly ahead of time. So I was like, I have an idea. I'll know if we're getting fleeced. And we went in and it was like, oh, it turns out it's like cheaper to go through a travel agent. And they threw in with it a bus tour of London. So it was like, all right, sure. It's like part of the package. It was just like free thrown in. It was like, you can go if you want or not. It doesn't matter. It's like, it's part of it no matter what. So we decided to do it. And the person who was doing the tour for us was a Scottish guy who was super funny. Really reminded me of Craig Ferguson. And I was like, this guy knows where to get scotch. And so at one point when we were walking from the bus to a location to do a tour, I kind of caught up with him and was like, hey, out of curiosity, like, do you know where to get like an actual bottle of whiskey? Not like a, you know, not a grocery store, but like, are there places that specialize in spirits? And he was like, oh, yeah. And gave me like 2 or 3 different options that I like wrote down. He was like, yeah, you want to go to Soho, and like these are the names of the places. And, so we're like, perfect, there we go. And so it was while we were there picking up the whiskey that we were also we kind of killed 2 birds with one stone.
We did the tea first and then did the whiskey.
Yeah, we did the tea beforehand, and then we were like, oh shit, yeah, this is the neighborhood with the whiskey.
So finding a place
shopped
to get
around.
tea. So we were already planning on ending in Soho.
Kirkland whiskey ain't bad.
Get tea
grocery store whiskey isn't always bad. Yeah, we were looking for like a place that, you know, does maybe tastings and can kind of discuss the finer scotches that we won't have access to. Maybe small batch stuff that isn't being shipped over to Canada. You know, Kirkland, we can get that. In fact, we have a bottle of Kirkland signature blended scotch, and it's lasted us forever, and you know, it's not that great.
It's not bad. Don't like diss someone's favorite whiskey.
Wow, am I? Yeah, that'll happen. So that vape kicked in. But yeah, so yeah, Soho had all the cool shit. We also, while we were kind of wandering around, we're walking past a theater and saw Ian McKellen like on the poster. I was like, holy shit, there's like shows going on where you can just see Ian McKellen. That's kind of cool. Like, I wonder how much it is. And we were kind of thinking, it's going to be like a little bit expensive. Maybe it'll be too much. And so we went in and we like asked, you know, we're like, hey, out of curiosity, like, King Lear, like Ian McKellen show, how much is that? And I forget what he said. It was like
it was over 200 pounds.
Yeah, I think it was like starting at about 250 pounds each for like, not great seats, and then higher from there. So we were like, okay, well, that's obviously unaffordable. And he was like, actually, you know what? We just got a cancellation. There's 2 tickets that are available, but they're in a limited visibility seat. We were like, limited visibility, what does that mean? And he was saying, so that for that particular show, some of the showings, they have, I guess, subtitles that are shown. And so he was saying that the subtitle thing is kind of a little bit distracting. And so those seats are discounted because you're quite near where the subtitles are. So it kind of takes up quite a bit of your view. And we're like, you know what? How much are they? And those tickets were 70 pounds. So it was like...
still expensive.
A quarter of the price.
But it's still pretty
expensive. We're not really going to have the opportunity again. Fuck it. Let's do it. I don't know. Hopefully limited visibility doesn't mean we can't see the fucking show. And we went to it. It turns out that it was like the front row of the topmost section.
It was such a good
There's like
view.
3 tiers. We were right at the top, right at the front, and you're looking right down at the stage. And it's not like below you. It's like a ways away still. So it's like a perfect view.
Honestly, such a
And it
good
turns
view.
out it's like you're looking here at the stage, and then there's like a sign up here that has like subtitles on, like way not even close to in your field of view. So it was like insane that it was discounted. I don't know why they called it limited visibility.
Because people are weird.
But it made it so we were able
people
to
feel like it's like not as highbrow because you now get to cheat and see what the words are.
Yeah, maybe.
Which honestly, Rox was pretty happy about.
I made it so we were able to see Ian McKellen doing King Lear. So that was pretty amazing. It was a really good show.
And honestly, like the translation, as it were, like the words written out, because keep in mind, it was people
How's it
doing
going, hooligan?
Shakespearean accents, fine. It was people with regional accents doing pretend regional accents. So someone who has whatever their regional accent was, then doing a regional accent of Kent, doing a regional accent. So it's these people who are doing like 3-tier regional accents.
The truth that I have come to learn and embrace.
I was okay on it. I've read King Lear. I knew the entire plot. I knew everything that was going to happen.
Here we
I asked Rox if he
survive by
wanted
the
to spoil
sheer
it. He did
strength
not.
of our spirit.
Doing some Outer
We have
Worlds
no
DLC
need
over
for
here.
the endless
Nice.
rules and red tape of a corporate structure.
But yeah, I'm glad we got to see Ian McKellen when we were there. That was pretty amazing.
Endless ammunition and medical tape, though.
Yes, well,
For a little
such
while,
is
like
life.
after the show,
Our descendants will enjoy
we,
safety and
kind of
luxury.
loitered
Our
around for a
generation
little bit to see if we would have the opportunity to get something signed or whatever by Ian McKellen.
A lot of people were.
But yeah, there was like a big crowd, and
We saw a lot of the other people.
there was like a long wait, and we were like, you know what? Let's just head out. I don't need to get our little handbill signed that badly.
Yeah.
But it was a good.
It was lovely. I would
The
definitely do that
iconoclasts
again as
are
well.
free folk.
I think we had a really
We
good
live under
tournament. I
our
think we really
rules,
lucked out
motivated
because
by our
I loved
own
our hotel.
beliefs. All
The people at the
petals
front
on the
desk were
same
lovely and
flower
really sweet
of
and great,
enlightenment.
and they were really excited that we were
Meanwhile,
pregnant.
the
and one
board
lady in
strangles
particular
the
was
will
like, you
of
need
the
to come back and
workers.
show us the
It
baby.
is the
Like,
penultimate
I'm not coming
exercise
back, but
of a
I'll show you the
poisoned
baby.
society where people are
We'll see. Maybe
enslaved
we'll come back
by a
and we'll go to
corporate
that
ladder.
hotel again. We just
We
got the
seek
best
to
room in
replace
the hotel.
their way
We're
of
pretty
life with
convinced.
ours.
Yeah,
Philosophy.
it was about as good as it gets.
Like-
It was a topmost floor, so there was no one above us, and it was a corner where it just happens that one of the walls was shared with the stairwell, meaning we had no direct neighbor, and then the other wall
Was our
had the washroom, and then that washroom was adjacent to another washroom, and then there was the room. So with our bathroom door closed, we had like full corridors of separation between any other room adjacent in any direction, really.
Great.
So that was nice. There was literally no noise anywhere, and yeah, it was sick.
Yeah. It was on the top floor, back corner. So I
And
think
right
maybe
by
people don't really like
right
it.
by the park. What's it called? Kent Park or whatever? No.
Oh, it
What's
was
the-
right by the big one, Kensington. Kensington Gardens is a part of it. It's like the
I don't remember.
the palace.
Big park was nice.
Grounds are shared with this park, and I'm trying to remember what it's called now. Hyde Park? Is that
Yeah,
what it's called?
yeah, Hyde Park. That's the one.
It was lovely. It was great. We were just right next to a massive park. We were right near some really cute little bakeries that I went to. We found a crazy random sushi place that was surprisingly
Gunships hover
okay
in
and
our
affordable.
skies, ready for the day
Yeah,
they
that
decide
was
to come
wild.
to
Yeah,
our
it was like a
doorways.
hallway.
Such a weird thing. Rox was
really
really
strange.
craving sushi.
The
And I'm
perception
like,
of
we're in London.
visionaries
We
is
should be
often
eating,
tainted by the lies of their
I don't know.
oppressors.
The place is surrounded by
Sad state
seafood.
of
We had
affairs,
lots
to
of
be
different
sure.
types of food, but
We did.
on one of the
we
last
had fish and
days,
chips one of the days, and we
we just Googled like sushi places, and there was like, oh, there's one like literally around the corner, and it's got a good rating. Like, fuck it. We went in, and it's like a weird kind of mall,
like a cell phone
arcade
store kind of thing.
Yeah, it was like places that seemed like they were selling electronics that weren't packaged. Let's put it that way. It was like
it was sketchy. It was
super
great.
super shady stuff.
Uzbekistani food in there too, and it was like so crazy.
There was no one else eating anywhere near,
tremble at a communist
and it ended up being great.
The proletarians have nothing to lose but their
I'm
chains.
really happy we went in there.
They have a world to win.
Thank you for the
all countries unite.
The zoo and everything too, but the zoo was great. Actually.
Thank you for the bits, Mark. Appreciate that.
There's so much free stuff to do in London too. If anyone ever goes, like, yeah, you're gonna spend a lot of money on food, but you can go to like the British Museum and see how much shit they stole from all the cultures, like for free. You can go into all these fancy art galleries.
Awakening
where
is
I'm sure
available
half
to
the
all
shit's stolen
whose
too,
minds are ready
for
to
free.
accept it.
Like you can.
Well, it's all
see...
donation.
No, a lot of that stuff
I
was like
would like
ancient
to
Sumerian
know
and
what
stuff
you
in the art
think
galleries at the
Bakonu
beginning,
meant
right?
when he wrote.
I mean,
Your
like
work
admission.
is to
It's not
discover the
free
truth,
per se.
Okay.
and with
By
all your
by
heart,
donation.
give yourself to it.
You know, donation recommended.
How refreshing to have a
Listen to
scholar
the
among
Museum of
us.
Science.
Bakunin's
Most of that
text
probably
simply
wasn't
refers
stolen.
to our entire
We went
purpose,
to the museum, the
assisting
War
the
Museum,
universe in
because
realizing
that was
its own
that was a
truth.
part of the Tea
Briefly.
Party
It
hunt.
guide us as it
So,
will.
Yeah, we spent an entire day trying to find high tea. It was pretty intense.
but it was great. Oh, incidentally, I had a step counter on me because I was pregnant.
Invisible creator in the sky.
And so I knew how many steps we were doing. Some of the days we did over 20,000 steps. Some of the days we were at 25,000. Yeah, 25,000 steps and stuff like that. Like we were hitting some things, and Rox does not usually walk that much. At least hadn't at that time. He'd probably be a lot better at it
Were
now.
there
The
a
baby's
truth
out
to
a
the
lot
grand
more, but
plan in first place?
at the time, he would just like get
and
into the
Bakunu
hotel.
might agree.
Like we'd take the
but what we see as
like,
divine purpose is just
when
one
you could tell he
facet
was
of
in
the
pain,
universe
you just get
figuring
back to the
itself
room and just
out.
fall onto the bed.
To
And I'd be
quote,
like, "Do
as
you
a
want me to
child
run a
looking
bath?"
at
He's
the
like,
leg
"Honestly,
of an
yes."
elephant,
He had baths.
unable to
He
view
never
it
has baths.
whole,
We had a gorgeous
we
bathtub. It
mistake
was
the
really beautiful,
tiny
deep
scope of our
bathtub, though.
understanding
So
as
I mean,
the
it all worked out.
unfathomably large
But
purpose of
yeah,
the
Rox
universe.
was dying.
You're not completely.
And they
full of
had
shit, I'll
breakfast,
give you
free
that.
breakfast with the room,
Even
but you
if
had to
do
eat the breakfast
twist
by
things
10
beyond
a.m.
recognition
It
to
closed
suit
down
your
at
own
10 a.m.
beliefs.
So I would be going upstairs and waking
Were
up
my
Rox at
teachings
like
beyond
9:30,
recognition,
like,
I dare
"Sweetie,
say I wouldn't have a small
sweetie,
army
or
of
did you
followers
want
who
breakfast today?"
understand.
And he'd be like,
and
I'm like, "Come on, honey,
I owe
let's
you
go
an
get
apology.
breakfast."
I
And then we used to
expect
do
you
things that
to
were
be a
like kind of
complete
cheeky.
idiot.
So you're
I'd
not
say
supposed
you're
to do
actually
this,
more
but
in
I'd
the
like bring my bag and I'd
25%
steal some of the
idiocy
hard-boiled eggs and some of the
Likewise.
breads and some
Now,
of
I'm sorry.
the fruit. So
What
we'd
was it
have
you were
snacks,
asking?
so we wouldn't eat as much at lunch. Like we pretty much packed a picnic lunch from what they had in the
point
buffet
of no return.
thing.
When your mind fully opens
And
to the
apparently you need to
eternal
move the
truth.
mic closer to me.
Every
Yeah, so we pretty much
experience is
packed a
along
lunch
the
out of all
path to
that
enlightenment.
and took it to
For
the
many, it
zoo.
is
And
the
so we just
first
had like
brush
a
with
packed
the
lunch at the
cold of
zoo. It was
death, when
great
they realize
because
that
the
all
zoo
of
was
their
flipping
lives have
expensive
boiled
for
down
food.
into the single truth of that moment. Mine was witnessing my friend and colleague transform
was
into
fun,
the very
though.
evil we sought to combat.
There were lots of cute little
Now
penguins.
he
We went to a
runs
lemur enclosure, which
MSI,
is
just
probably
like
the
the
highlight for me,
overlords
honestly. I think the
before
lemurs
him.
were weirdly the highlight. The tiger, one of the tigers we saw there, has since been killed by another tiger. That's sad. Yeah, the lemur enclosure is great, right? You can just walk in and they're just everywhere around you, and they're just all happy little boy lemurs, so they're none of the aggressive ones because they're not the dominant women.
Their leashes may be longer.
It was pretty great, though.
Colors are just
Yeah, it was kind of
as
a cool
tight.
I'm not a lemur.
concept, being able to like hang out in the lemur enclosure and kind of have them run around and approach and stuff like that.
There's signs
They
everywhere being
kept-
like, "These are not cats. Do not touch them."
Well, and the people who were in there, they were like they were feeding them, and they just kept like reiterating, like, don't put your hand out, don't stick your fingers toward them. They will bite. They're wild animals. Like, don't reach out.
A toddler
Let
came
them
in at
come
one
to
point.
you.
You could tell the lady just like 10 straight up, like, "Okay, so we've got a kid in here. You need to keep that child away from the
We are all
lemurs."
part of the consciousness of the cosmos.
Fair.
Each of us
little
plays a
sketchy.
tiny role in the universe's
Toddlers will
continual
touch a
journey
lemur.
toward understanding itself.
Toddler, you could see like eyeing
You
up
and
the
I,
lemur, like,
and
I could
Laps
pet
and
that. It's like,
mantis
no, you
forms.
can't. Don't pet the
Divinity is in
lemur.
us
Don't
all.
pet the lemur.
And the
It's important.
eternal is that
What else did we see
divinity.
that was really cool at the zoo? I mean, I like the tigers. Oh my god, the breastfeeding monkey was very cute. The brand newborn monkey baby, the like little
Everyone,
like white
regardless
and
of
like
ability
reddish
to
faced
believe,
monkey, and she
is
had a little
another
baby and she was
facet of the
cuddling
universe
it, and they
contemplating
had like a
its own
special nursing room
existence.
for her apart from all the other monkeys, so we could go
Ability
out
to
and, like,
believe.
really easily
I
observe
think you
her,
mean
and
inability to
She was
tell
very cute.
fantasy from
She had a
truth,
very cute
which
baby.
rules out
She was
any
smoking.
knowledgeable scientician.
Very cute. And I was pregnant, so I
Let
was
us
like,
be clear. Neither of us.
Yeah, the
can
only
lay
zoos I've been
claim
to are the
being
Berlin
knowledgeable on this
Zoo
topic.
and the London
It is a matter
Zoo,
of
which are
belief.
both
It is not as if OSI has
some of the
gone and
most
proven
like
anything.
ethical zoos.
Regardless,
so,
what were
in
you
terms
saying?
of like giving toward conservation efforts and yeah, just being like some of the biggest reasons that there are species being protected.
Not in the sense
it was
of
fun
a
though.
single
The
entity.
reptile house was actually pretty cool too. Now that I
Fashioning
think
the
back, that was
universe
pretty
as
good.
a whittler
I don't know. I had
fashions
a lot
a
of fun at the
flute.
zoo. Good times.
The universe came into
Would do
being
again.
over time, organically,
They had a
naturally,
big turtle,
and
really
without
big turtle, Galapagos
purpose.
turtle.
In that sense, I suppose you could
I
say
think seeing
that
the Easter Island
in the
heads really
interest
kind of
of
got me too.
finding its
The fact that they had
purpose,
stuff
the
from
universe
Canada as well,
itself
like things that are like
created all
from
living
like my
things.
friends' people, was
The
kind of cool.
universe doesn't need to find its purpose. It is a
Yo,
mathematical
Sonic EXE, thank you so much
equation
for the follow.
that gives
Appreciate that.
mankind
I'm not
purpose.
always
Welcome
here.
on in.
I'm just here
That
right
we
now because I'm
consider
drinking and talking
ourselves
about
in
my
any
life.
way capable of
with this man.
understanding the universe,
Um,
much less an equation
What else
that
did we do that was
drives
really
it
great?
as
What did
nothing
we do
but
first? I think one of the
hubris.
first things we did. No, we did the British Museum the
All right.
second or third day because we wanted to make sure we had a lot of time on it. We also found a really inexpensive Italian
I'm
place
sorry.
right near where we were
As
staying.
long as it's
I
been,
still am
I'd
kind of
still
sad we didn't
rather
check out the
not
Moroccan
speak of
place
it.
that was even closer because apparently it was like
That was a
crazy good and had
painful day
crazy
for
good
us
ratings.
all.
But Rox was not really into Moroccan. But our very first night we actually found Thai food we quite liked. I quite liked it at least. I thought I had a really nice meal. And then we found this Italian place that was dirt cheap. I know pasta's cheap, so it's like not that surprising, but it was dirt cheap. And it had something on the menu that was like actually
All
really
people
healthy
are
for me.
part of the
It was just, like,
philosophist family.
I don't know, like
I've come to accept that.
all veggie pasta, like
Along with
spaghetti
the additional
squash,
weight of their
zucchini
deaths.
noodle, whatever bullshit
Why have you
thing.
come?
But I was pregnant, so I was like caring about that shit. And I was like, this looks
I am Graham
healthy.
Bryant.
And then
I
Rox
brought
had
the
normal
eternal
food.
truth
It all
to
worked out.
Monarch, and soon I'll bring it to the rest of the colony.
No, I wouldn't have eaten that. I'd look at that and be like, no, I'll have pizza, thanks. Oh, what is
All right.
this? It's a lasagna? I'll take it.
Why have you come?
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it. It was a very, very good stay.
Well, as well, we showed up there, and then they gave us a coupon if we came there in the next week for like buy one get one free food or
Great
something like
many
that. So
things,
it's like,
in
oh,
fact.
so if we come back here, one of
We could
our
always
entrees
use a
is
hand
free. Like,
rounding up
all right,
supplies.
we kind of have to come back here now.
Or
We ended up
now
getting
here's an idea.
takeout
There's
pizza
an
one
old
night because
printing
Rox
press
was
I've
too
been trying to
dead.
get up and running.
Rox was so worn out that
Yes.
one of
we will make do.
one of the
as we always
places
have.
we went to,
Spreading the
he
word
ended
of our
up
movement is of
going around
paramount
in a
importance.
wheelchair. He
Will
was
you aid
that
us in
like
our cause?
his legs and feet were like done.
Wonderful. I requisitioned
We
replacement
walked a
rollers
lot.
for it some time ago. Huxley should have delivered them yesterday. Speaking of which,
And
where
I
is
walk
Huxley?
all the time. Like I was
You bought
walking to and
rollers?
from work. I stay on my feet.
You
all the
haven't
time
even
at
cleared the
work.
wraps
I stay
out
on the
yet.
feet a lot.
What are
when
you
I'm at
doing
home. I'm
wasting
always
bits
like,
on...
I don't sit still well.
Forget it.
Whereas Rox does sit
Huxley's
still,
still
well.
recovering.
So
She won't be up for a run
BRB,
for a while
BRB.
yet.
it
Sounds good.
seems we're
okay,
out
I'm
a
gonna
runner.
go over to.
If you intend to help
my
our
computer
cause, I'll ask you to meet our MSI supplier in her stead.
and watch the rest of that thing about that Chinese Empress while working on D&D stuff.
One of our sympathizers, a woman named Carlotta, periodically buys goods on our behalf from Stellar Bay's store. Stellar Bay has caught on, but they remain friendly, though the goods now come at a considerable
Silly
markup.
sweetie.
Why am I silly? What happened?
You're just silly. It's a fact. That's interesting. This guy's telling me to
She
go
meets
and
us in the ruins of Bayside
do a thing I've basically already
Terrace.
done.
From our compound, follow the road north.
So you're her mysterious savior. She sings your praises.
That girl and her songs, so eager to learn, so bright-eyed, so tone-deaf. Wonderful. While you're at it, I wonder if Carlotta still has those high-capacity cartridges? Grab a few, will you? There should be some funds left over from the last shipment. We can use them to copy and modify radio serials. Yes, not just magazines, but their precious dramas.
Unbelievable. I hope I don't have to tell you this, but if there is extra money, would you mind buying, I don't know, food and
All right,
medicine?
so we're off to create
Graham,
some
if you
propaganda
need me,
for
I'll be in
this
triage.
for this sect.
Gonna need to buy myself an entire Rizzo plant after.
Greetings, friend. All right. Why?
All right, I'm into it.
This armor
I'm
is
totally
something awful.
down with creating a bunch of propaganda. Why not? Got a whole lot of love. Hey, humanity, how you doing? I got a whole lot of love. What a name. Fine, just ate some brekkie. Breakfast. I'm trying to remember. What? It's like 11:15 there? Is that right? So bad remembering your time zone for some reason. 2 p.m. Oh, okay. All right. I'm way off. God damn. Really bad at that. I'll get there eventually. I'll get there. Sunday, so I slept in. Nice. That sounds like a good time. I might just try to do that tomorrow. Getting kind of hungry. What to do about it? I don't know. I've probably got snacks around. Could eat some chocolate or something, I guess. I made some pasta for Callista and I, but then it turns out I guess she was quite hungry, so she ate most of it. So I didn't really have much dinner tonight. I hang out with too many Aussies and Brits. Their slang's rubbing off on me. Oh, brekkie? Yeah, I guess so. I guess that is kind of a an Aussieism. Boom! Big rewards for all the folks who took part there. And then we got one more battle, and after this one, another big reward. I do kind of wish that there was a way to enable like a grid overlay for captains when placing like battle plans and stuff. I use I instead of yes a lot of the time because I've heard a lot of my Brit friends use that. Nice. What's this terminal? Welcome to Graham Bryant's personal conglomeration of notes, theories, and findings regarding philosophers and how it informs our lives. I have organized into 3 categories: the Iconoclast, the Halcyon Colony, and the Universe. Bro, let's check out the files in the Halcyon Colony. The board's lies. Why did it just kick me out? Weird. A man from Byzantium told us of an acquaintance who had been arrested for carrying philosophist texts. Not teaching, not evangelizing, just carrying. They oppress any truth that threatens their corrupt structure. Is this what we want? Do we want to live in a society where we can be sent to Tartarus for our beliefs? No, their workers' minds are poisoned, their will shackled, their dreams hamstrung. This can stand no longer. We must tear this entire regime down. I hope to someday publish a greater work in which I can more expansively lay out. Oof. This is wordy. The betrayal of Sanjar's truth. His stubbornness only blinds him. God damn, a lot of notes. Nothing that I'm able to hack though. Dang. No experience for me in that computer. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of Britishisms that I've learned from all of the British TV that I watch. But I don't really use them. I just kind of... I know them and I'm familiar with them. So it helps to sort of understand other like English stuff. Watched a ton of Top Gear growing up too. Yeah. Yeah, I never got into Top Gear, but I watched a lot of other stuff. I still do regularly watch a lot of other British stuff. Right, so what are we supposed to be doing here? Oh, I just realized I should be looking at the regional map each time I look at one of these fucking things. Investigate the outpost. Where's the outpost? South of here. Family Matter. Looks like it's back in town there. Oh, right. Return to Agnes. Okay. I think we're done in this town, so let's do it. Fast travel back to Stellar Bay. Yeah, I watch a lot of UK comedy, so like Taskmaster and 8 out of 10 Cats. Cats Does Countdown, Would I Lie to You, Something About Movies. What's the other one called? Would I Say That or whatever? What's the one about quotes? It only ran for like a season, but it had Richard Ayoade as one of the hosts. Was it Something I Said? That's the one. You say something about boobies? I didn't, but I'm also a huge fan of those.
Captain.
Oh, Captain, you did it! My little boy is back, safe and sound. Tell the captain how grateful we are, Tuck Tuck.
Tuck Tuck.
Mama, I told you that I'm not staying.
Yeah, Travel Man. I like Travel Man, absolutely. I really like Ayoade though. I love his sort of awkward sensibility. Gadget Man was also kind of decent.
You're safe here with me, and that's how it's going to stay.
It was hosted by Stephen Fry, and then Richard Ayoade took that over as well. Your son's a grown-ass man. Treat him like one.
What a sour thing to say. My little boy will always need me. I'm his mama, you know.
Mama, what I need is for you to listen to what I want for once. But that's between us. Now you promised the captain a reward, so settle up. Then you and me are gonna have a long
Yeah, I think Would I Lie to You is probably one of the best
kind
shows on
This is every bit I've scrimped and scraped for years to
and
save.
Taskmaster.
But it's more than
Very
worth
different
to have
shows,
my
but
Tuck Tuck home safe again.
a couple of the best ones, I think.
Says he'll only stay a few days before returning to Amber Heights. Can't you speak to him for me?
Don't drag other people into this, Mama. I'm a grown man and an iconic.
Poor guy. It's really not for his own good that we fucking got him back there living with his mom, but... C'est la vie said that old folks go to show you never can tell. Take the passcode to Catherine and Fallbrook. Oh, faction quest. Whoops, I was looking for companion quests. I wanted to see if any of the companion ones are. The Empty Man, Vicar Max. Okay, Vicar Max is with me. Sick. Whatever. That I feel like that's one thing that's kind of overlooked with this game. One quality of life thing it's missing is that you can't just have several map markers on the fucking map. Have several active quests at one time. It's kind of annoying. You can't like sort your quests by proximity to you. You can toggle inactive quests on the map. You can toggle inactive quests on the map. I'm not sure what you mean. Pan, zoom, fast travel, center on player, back. Oh, you can change the location. I didn't realize that. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. That's helpful. This says space, but it's not in space. It's on this planet. A bunch of these things are on this planet, even though they say space. So that's useless. Difficulty, they're all easy. Yeah, there's no real good way to sort them. You can press square and toggle inactive quests. I don't know what that means. Inactive meaning like completed ones? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that means. I fundamentally do not understand. Oh, what's over here?
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
Oh, that's an ally.
We were destined to prevail.
Oh well.
Everyone all right?
You can't do it because you don't have any for this area? Like, I don't know what inactive quests means. I literally don't know what that term would mean. Like, inactive meaning quests that can't be done in this region? Inactive meaning, like, failed quests? Like, I don't quite understand what would make a quest inactive, other than that it was, like, failed or something at some point. Also, how's the like streaming setup going, Hooligan? Your active quest is the one you're highlighting and pursuing, making all other quests inactive. Oh, okay, all right. So they're the ones that aren't currently active, inactive. Okay. You're right. The ones that are not currently tagged as your active one. Gotcha. So toggle inactive. So it allows you to see all of the other quests on your fucking map? That's exactly what I wish existed and doesn't seem to. Maybe it's not on console? I don't know. Too much for it to handle? I don't know. No entry point for that crate. And I had to order a better cord for my capture card, and now I get my camera app for some reason to recognize the feed from the capture card. My actual camera still works. Camera app. What camera app? I guess we can go through here. Yo! Michael Grob, how are you, my dude?
Because that sounds like a thing that
Demon's
will just
souls.
significantly make the rest of the experience better.
Demons.
So why would I not?
Hey, they're demons. Me.
I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah, boy. What's happening? How's everyone doing?
Was the other dude?
Sarah Face?
Bro.
Oh, hi. Getting OBS to recognize it outside of using a video capture thing versus like a game capture just isn't working. So I don't know which capture card you ended up going with. The one that I used was an Elgato, and it came with its own piece of software, and so I would just stream the software. Generally, adding a capture card. Oh, he's not red. Huh, weird. So he's not an enemy, but there's definitely like mantisaurs around him. Weird. I'm gonna go and try and see him. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, adding a capture card directly as a source in OBS usually isn't great. Because it just adds like an extra step between you and the capture card. Whereas if you have a piece of software that you can have open that's streaming the capture card, like for me it was a piece of software literally called like I think Elgato Game Capture, then you can just stream the monitor that has that on it and you end up with no latency whatsoever. What the fuck? What is... Get fucked. You too. And while we're at it... You as well.
That's the last of them.
Yeah, what's happening? How was the rest of your stream, Michael? What's happening? Sorry, I'm so distracted, and now I also have whiskey in me. Camera app, some basic ass camera thing that came with the computer, but you can't zoom in or reshape the window adequately, so it's not useful for setting up stream. XR1 Lite. XR1 Lite didn't have any obvious software, so accessing it on my system at all was a scavenger hunt. Huh. Did you, like, Google the name of the did you Google XR1 Lite software or whatever? Like, to see if maybe they're on their website or whatever, they've got, like, some proprietary bullshit that they want you to install? Oof. Alright, easy every time. I didn't do that, but I'm gonna check. Yeah, definitely see if they've got some sort of software that you're meant to interface with. Because I mean, that's what a capture card does, is allows you to play a game on your fucking PC. It has no other function, really. So they gotta offer you some sort of piece of software to do that with. There's just like whole area off to the left that it makes me think like, what's out there? Is there something? Oh, they've been killing these little flying dudes. Seems like a big open area with fuck all in it. Oh, never mind. Oh, I should have saved before I did this. Whoa.
That's the last
most of them.
Oh, nice. They took care of it while I was over here dealing with the little guys. Well, hopefully the adventures of Sigurd of Katarina or whatever are a fun time. It looked pretty tilting at first glance. What is this area? I guess there's just fuck all. Oh. Sublight Thug, a single Raptidon. Just tiny little Easter eggs tucked away in the corners for those who choose to venture over here. Well, sick. I don't know, worth, I guess. What the fuck? Who are you?
Over here.
How is there just a thing in every corner of this world?
Well, I'll be. You lost too, miss?
No, just exploring. Who are you?
Name's Elroy. Elroy Booth. Pleased to meet you. I've been out and about, making deliveries for the Fallbrook folks, and I seem to have gotten myself turned around.
Find your way back out?
Oh, sure. I'll get on out of here soon after you do. If it's all the same to you, I'll wait till you're nice and out of sight before heading back. Can't be too careful after all. You go on. I'll see you out in the wilderness.
What a weird fucking encounter. Maybe I should have asked if I could buy some stuff. Fucking weirdo. Doesn't look like it has a software thingy. Review the instructions again. So are you supposed to just add it directly as a source in OBS then? Maybe? It's just weird that a capture card would specifically Whoa! Require you to have OBS.
I almost feel bad for her.
Like, what if you just wanted to play the game on your fucking computer screen? This is Major Tom to ground control. Get a quick save just in case these fuckers kill me. I have died to Mantis Queens before. I'm just shooting at bushes. Whoa, that's a big Mantis Queen. Oh, go, 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 go! Go, 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 go! Plasma weakness. Sure, I'll take more plasma damage. I don't give a fuck. I think I already have a plasma weakness. Does that mean I have 2 of them now? Jesus. Oh, hi, Elwira. Nice. I got a new tier of perk for the first time. What have I got? Reduce my weapon sway. That might be kind of nice. Killing an enemy makes your next shot a guaranteed crit. Whoa! So you can just chain crits over and over and over. Increase the armor rating and skill bonuses. Oh, plus 100% skill bonus. I mean, I'm taking that. Like, oh, extra carrying capacity also tempting. Whenever you're affected by a harmful combat effect, you deal 20% more damage. Detect enemies from further, that's useful. You can revive companions, that's cool. Headshot kills deal 25% of their damage to nearby enemies, that's crazy. No, it's gotta be the fucking skill increase. I wanna pump up all my skills, that's awesome. Yeah, like, skills are the reason to take fucking perks, in my opinion. Or, no, sorry, they're not related to perks. Skills are the reason to, choose your equipment, is what I mean to say. I'm having a hard time saying the right words because I'm really feeling the effects of this whiskey in my brain already. Oh, there's a weird little camp over there. Let's go check it out. Idiot neighbor's warming up his loud-ass truck at 1:30 in the morning. That's annoying. Doop doop. Hydrate. Okay.
Water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water, water and water and water, water.
Oof. Loud trucks are such little penis energy. I agree, absolutely. I forget what I was listening to. Was it a... I think it was a podcast, maybe like, Comedy Bang Bang or something. I did like that... or like... instead of big dick energy, a term for... Oh, shit. You know, big dick energy is usually like, yeah, that's great, that's a good thing. But they coined the term, small dick enthusiasm, which I thought was pretty good. The other side of that coin. Truck parade today was annoying. Whoops. Oh, shit. I'm gonna get you, hooligan. I see you hiding. Wait, that actually happened? What, the truck parade? Kind of a kind term for it, but... It makes them seem sort of like... silly. 2 4x4s driving around. I have no idea. I did not see nor interact. Upset about a different country's laws. Yeah, it is silly. They're just trying to bring their freedom over here to us poor backward folk. Us hill people.
Oh, hey there.
Oh, pardon me.
Thanks again for getting me away from those marauders. Oh, last time I was in the city, Sanjar was singing your praises about a bolt something or other. Suppose that warrants a discount. You want to buy something? No, don't be absurd. I'm based out of Stellar Bay, but I cater to our more, trailblazing clientele. Hey, life's too short to be worried about danger this and careful that. I'd rather just do my job.
Star Hills are
and
pretty.
try and enjoy
Absolutely.
it.
Yeah, we're more like mountain people, really. And kittens are running circles around you, little zoomies. That sounds like fun. Truckers are seriously a class of work that should be more vaccinated. They travel, they're contagion vector. Yeah, I mean, at this point with Omicron, like, I understand why they don't want to have vaccines due to the fact that, like, it doesn't really change the rate at which you're contagious. You know, it does lessen how affected you are by the virus. I think it's, like, dumb not to get vaccinated, but with every variant that we've had up until Delta, the vaccine literally worked to prevent you from getting the virus. But now it seems that it's just at a point where the vaccine is only helping for severity
really.
rather than
I was on my way to Fallbrook and
degree
got
of
jumped
contagion.
by insane bloodthirsty cannibals. It happens.
So I'm like, at this point, it's like, yeah, I mean, to, like, you know, to make it mandatory to have them, I don't think it necessarily is like necessary, but obviously, like, throwing in with a bunch of white supremacists in order to go bitch at the prime minister about a bunch of things that aren't even really that. Like, I saw the chunks of their little press release that they had, and it was, you know, they were complaining about, like, Jews controlling everything, basically. Like, it was just a bunch of fucking, you know, crazy people who were mad about, like, globalists and the bankers and, you know, just, like, all these dog whistle terms for just being racist. Isn't our Canadian guy buds with the USA guy? Yeah, I think so. Where the entire compulsory mass medication concern, you know, this is far away from that. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really have anything to do with that anymore. It's just, you know, just an excuse for a bunch of people to, I don't know, go and show off their trucks. I don't know. I don't really entirely understand what the actual point is, personally. It's really about being uppity, belligerent, ignorant assholes. There is a lot of that, absolutely. Yeah, there's been tons of abuse aimed at tons of people who absolutely don't fucking deserve it. Yeah, it sucks. It's just a lose-lose. And it just sucks that there's all of these QAnon people who are like, finally people rallying against the government, and so all of these, like, January 6th types are coming up to Ottawa and trying to bring, you know, like, in Ottawa, there was a huge group of people all singing the Star Spangled Banner. Canadians don't know the Star Spangled Banner. It was just a big group of Americans all singing the Star Spangled Banner, which just, to me, seemed like, I mean, that's crazy. You shouldn't, in my opinion, have a bunch of people, like, who aren't from a country going there and protesting. And, like, I don't know. The whole thing, I don't know. It just seems crazy. It just seems like the whole thing's a clusterfuck. Back to food supply chain on our little rock is so fucked over this. Yeah, it's a lose-lose. It's harming everyone. Oh no, I'm fucking thing ducked. Get wrecked. Just ruined them all, just like that. Oh wait, there's another. Oh, and another. And another. Where are all these motherfuckers coming from? Jesus. Assholes will never be happy and policy shouldn't be tailored to them. I agree. It was planned and staged. We're planting upward of 6 or 7 garden plots in our yard. Hope this food shortage will not hit us. Worst case, we can get the family farm up and running. Yeah, I mean, I guess that kind of would be the thing that we would have to do, is like, kind of try and start kind of getting little mini I mean communes, for lack of a better word, together, like food communities. If our supply chain really got that fucked, I don't know. It just means that we'd have to stop eating, you know, things that are imported and rely more on local farmers. I feel wouldn't be the end of the world. I'm happy to support local. Surprised I haven't created more panic over the food issue. Gotta start planting. Yeah, well, we started some stuff. And by we, I mean Sonnet.
Hello there. A word, if I may be so bold.
Yeah, sure. You cornered over here, trapped on this thing. Bum 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 bum.
Well now, here I thought those mantisaurs had peacefully exited the
I
premises.
don't know, it sucks.
But
It sucks that
simpler
if you want to say in a very just sort of rational way, like, yeah, maybe it shouldn't be
You find yourself in need of resupply?
compulsory
Come on by.
to
Care to purchase a thing or two?
receive a vaccine in a place where the medical system isn't burdened. That suddenly you have to throw your hat in with these insane people doing these massive, unnecessary protests over freedoms that haven't, you know, like, that aren't really taken from them. Like, and, you know, sure as hell not an anti-vaxxer. Having received the vax myself. It's tough. There's just no room whatsoever for nuance or any kind of, you know, debate. Everything's just become so, like, for us or against us, with us or not, kind of insane tribalism bullshit. I don't like it. I feel like all discourse has really started to erode. Here, the third one's the worst. Yeah, I haven't gotten a booster. I've just been trying to stay in places where I don't have to worry, you know. I'm not really at risk. What's going on way over there? We've had boosters. I've had no adverse experience yet. Nice. That's good to hear. Dude, new driveway is in my head most days now. And I have exactly one person to thank for that. Injection site felt a little bruised for a day or two. Cool. Well, that's good to hear. Yeah, one of my big concerns about, like, each time that I got the vaccine was, like, the fact that I have to be a full-time dad. Like, I don't have the opportunity to, like, be laid up in bed for a day if I do really get fucked over by it. So that makes it a little bit tougher, trying to find, like, a day to get the vax that is one that I can kind of, like, spare. Hey, Elemental Owl, how you doing? Woohoo! Arm barely moved the day after. Oof. Oof. Yeah, that wouldn't be the worst. I'd be able to deal with that, like, while still, you know, handling Cal, but this is tough. Such a hoot. Woohoo! Woohoo! What is... This place is really open to attack. Alright, let's head into Fallbrook. Oh, man. Well, I hope everyone's weekend is going alright. Having a bunch of whiskey. After not a lot of dinner is, yeah, I'm feeling real lightheaded. It's not the worst, unless it's Borstwurst. That's so gross. Big old melting hog. Crouching is useful. It activates stealth, improves your accuracy, and makes you a smaller target. It does make it harder to watch tossball matches, however. Raising your medical skill unlocks consumable slots for your emergency medical inhaler, and increases the duration of inhaled consumables. I have healed in something like maybe 4 battles throughout the course of this game. Are you the welcoming committee?
Trouble checking in? Or you might need directions to the amenities? If you're locked out of your cabin, a replacement key costs 50 bits.
Where am I? What is this place?
Guess it's true. Fallbrook really is the best kept secret in all of Monarch, excepting the Borst Factory's secret ingredient.
You went for the interview of your current job the day after the first shot? Don't remember that interview whatsoever. Jesus.
Understand?
Well, at least you did it well. No.
Man, oh man, it has been a blue moon since I had to break out the Hookem-spiel. Allow me to paint a picture in your mind. A parcel of pure paradise nestled beneath a waterfall within a mountain. We've got activities of leisure. We got proclivities for vice. We got booze and bets and non-communal beds. Sublight owned and run, so you know you're safe while you're breaking the laws. Check in at the saloon to start spending your bits now.
What a sales pitch.
I am here to anticipate and facilitate your needs, patron.
Oh, what are the amenities?
No reservation, no problem. Day trippers are always welcome in our saloon. Straight back and to the right. If you hit the falls, you've gone too far. Check in with Ms. Malin. She'll set you straight.
So this guy's just basically advertising a brothel? Lilia sent me. Where's Catherine?
You're looking for Ms. Malin. On an errand for the boss lady? That sounds ominous. Yeah. Ms. Malin won't like that a whit.
You know where Catherine is or not?
She's not but just down the way. 10 to 1 says she's either pouring drinks or skinning a sprat in the saloon. Word to the wise. Ms. Malin don't take kindly to interlopers. When I said sprat, I didn't mean the sort with whiskers and a tail.
I don't get it.
Oh, well, this is certainly a town, I think.
It's a funky place. Did it just say poles? Did what say poles? Oh, Jesus.
My big carts
It's
are
so
fully
hard to
loaded
interact with
and
somebody.
ready to be spent. Bring on the recreation.
Oh, no, that's the door that I came in. Hey, here's a door. Who are you?
What are you looking at?
Alright. Well, you guys have very little to offer. Are you a named person?
Take a gander at that mug. I ain't ever seen someone so adept looking my whole life.
Well, that's awfully kind of you, mister.
Oh, now, come on. All I mean is, well, rather that, you
I
don't
just
seem
talked to you
like
if you
the
hit the
usual
poles.
pigeon.
I didn't even notice.
No offense, of course, if you are a Byzantium Goldblood. Say, I'd like to do you a favor. Might I interest you in a surefire scheme?
Oh my
Wink,
god.
wink.
You just say wink at me instead of actually winking?
Don't believe I did. No? Wink. Pure and simple, it's like this. I run our drug delivery service. Recently, I had the genius idea to cut costs in half by swapping our autoloaders with faster, cheaper sprats.
That's a stroke of sheer brilliance.
See? I know a fellow genius when I clap eyes on him. Too right you are.
Yes, he does
Only
this. He's
problem
my
is
favorite
my
guy.
sprat carriers ain't arrived from their latest run. As I was saying, you look more capable than most of the hoople heads around these parts. What say you locate him and retrieve the goods for me? In return, I'll cut you 5% of the profit.
Make it 35 plus a sample of the goods and you've got a deal. Wink.
35%? Are you out of your gourd?
The game has no emotions.
If I wasn't recovering from a bout of Morgellons, I wouldn't stand for this. But things are what they are, so I'll agree to it. But not 0.5% more.
Yeah,
My
he
sprat
mad.
carriers scurry back and forth through the shipping tunnels. Any trail ought to start there. When you've got the goods, I'll be here. Got
Vic?
the goods? 'Cause I... Hit me. I won't
What was
even
I doing
hit
for you
back.
again?
Pure and simple, it's like this. I run our... Only problem is my sprat carrier... You're retrieving the lost goods for me. In return,
Where should I start
I'll
looking?
run my sprat carriers back and... Good luck. And don't get... Hit me. I won't even hit back.
What do you do?
Officially, I keep the books for Miss Malin, provide loans to the Byzantium Goldbloods for gaming, and oversee our drug-running operations. Speaking of, might I interest you in a
Days or Days
purchase?
track has a
I'll
really,
give you
really long
first-time
outro.
Discount. That's
I'm gonna skip the last
5%
chunk of
off
it.
and a free drink at the ante-up. You're welcome.
Try to lay in a way that my shoulder doesn't hurt and let my edibles kick in again. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Pretty sick is age restricted, so won't play.
A shrewd decision. Here's your starter pack and your drink voucher.
Oh, excuse me.
You're either an extremely important person or slated for a slow and torturous death. I do hope it's the former. Either way,
Age
and Miss
restricted.
Catherine Malin straight back in Malin's House of Hospitality. Sure it is.
This guy saying wink. Silly. I'm guessing it's because they didn't really code the people to have like deep expressions. Anything tucked away behind? No? Okay. Yeah, you're named.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Can you not see I'm walking here?
You don't look like you're walking.
Physically, you mean? In my mind, I have traveled galaxies. Well, it is of no consequence, I assure you. I shall embark shortly with my legs.
To where?
I'm not entirely decided. If I'm being honest, I think I'd fancy a visit to Tartarus, so long as it's under the shield of my fantastical imagination.
I see. Dude's just ripped.
Pardon me, you're distracting the magnificent journey of my mind. I was galaxies away being ripped asunder in the depths of a black hole. What an excruciating and exquisite experience.
Wait, what?
Nothing at all, I assure you. I tend to ramble during my daily walks. If there's no further excitement,
Reminds me of Brave New World.
Soak beneath the medicinal waterfall.
It takes Soma to have a
Perhaps I'll slice my
vacation
heel
from
open on a
home.
rock. Nothing like the physicality of pain to make you feel alive. Not now. I'm walking and thinking while I'm walking.
Wild. Hey, I found a vending machine. Oh, it's not stealing to take the things in this person's house. That's interesting. Kind of odd, actually. Huh. I wonder if that's the norm in this town? Hey, little ladder at the back of the house. Secret, secret, got a secret. Huh. Oh, I can't really travel from rooftop to rooftop as much. Oh, Jesus! That's... That tree is not opaque. Alright, this is a bit of a risk. This is stealing from out in the open, but I want the experience, so let's try it. See what happens. Everything's stealing except the contents of that one house. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Who are you?
No, but thank you. I'm quite alright as I am.
Wait, what?
Oh, you're still here. I said I don't require anything at this time. Run along now. I've had more than enough to satisfy my thirst for one evening.
Okay, seriously, what's your deal?
Deal? A rather bad one indeed. The fella swore Fallbrook was unrivaled in its leisurely pursuits. But it seems to me the whole town is designed primarily to leech one's bits. And now that I've run dry, or nearly so,
This guy seems like quite the
fellas
douche.
have abandoned me back to Byzantium. You wouldn't leave a friend in need, I'm sure. Don't suppose I could just ask you to scram.
Where can I find Catherine?
Can't fathom why you'd go searching her out. But it's your neck.
Gotcha, runs the saloon. Thank you. Do 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 do. Patron. Nothing really else back here, I guess. I see where my objective is. But seeing that kind of makes me want to explore everything else first, you know? Hey, it's a sentry robot. Holy shit, stop opening this fucking door, you guys. I'm committing crimes. There we go. Hey, how's it going, David? What's happening this fine weekend? Always nice to see you swinging by, saying hi. Happy to make a little cameo, of course. What's this? A locked door. Oh. A hackable computer. Oh, looks like, it's about time to do some crimes. That's right, get out of here, Sentry. Time for me to commit crimes. Rock the Frog. You're just having a breakfast. Oh, nice. And the second person who came by to, hang out while they enjoy some breakfast. Recent records. Claimant forgot to say the magic word. Loss of 3 fingers. Loss of 1 finger. Denied. Negligible damage. They're right-handed. Loss of 3 fingers. Denied. Self-disqualification. Claimant was missing a finger from a previous incident and should not have been operating machinery. Loss of 4 fingers. Denied. Claim unintelligible. So fucked. This is one of my top 3 streams to hang out and chat in. Well, you know I honestly appreciate it. Truly. How's your day going so far? What are you munching on for breakfast? Breakfastu. Oh, pardon me. Jesus. Just stealing everything from everyone. Insurance
Welcome
agent.
to the offices of the Greater Halcyon Insurance Group.
Soft-boiled eggs. Ugh.
Disaster-related insurance.
I do not like runny yolks personally. I don't mind hard-boiled.
Inform you that our coverage does not extend to incidents
Love boiled
deemed
egg with
to
liquid
result from
yolk.
negligence,
Oh, I find it really
criminal
off-putting.
activity, or dullness of mind.
Dullness of mind?
Some people, but no one in this office, I assure you, might call it stupidity.
Obviously too common an ailment for insurance to cover.
So, what kind of insurance package can I interest you in? We're running a special on dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
Why is your office on Monarch? Dismemberment policies. Buy one, get one half off.
We're not on Monarch. For all practical and tax-related purposes, this office is an official enclave of Byzantium.
Huh? Why?
Legally speaking, corporations are not allowed to operate on Monarch. But financially speaking, there are certain costs to running a business from within Byzantium's walls. So while our official address is in the city, and while our office here is technically an extension of that address, we found it more expedient to conduct our key operations here.
Wow.
So we can... what's the phrase? Pass savings to the consumer, of course.
So you're dodging the authorities.
We prefer to think of it as chasing the savings. Turns out that not having to pay kickbacks, fines, and rent in the most expensive city in Halcyon improves our liquidity. Plus, Sublight keeps this place running remarkably well. And they sure drive business our direction.
What else can you tell me about your insurance policies?
Plenty. As my boss likes to say, there's a policy for every situation and an exclusion for every policy. We've insured unusually expressive eyebrows, outrageous statements, disastrous marriages.
Who gets their eyebrows insured?
Usually character actors, or corporate execs with menacing stares.
We get an outrageous statement insured.
That policy is almost exclusively for our corporate clientele.
Love yolk,
In the
even in
unlikely
fried
event
eggs.
they
I
make
like
a
it
claim about a
liquidy.
product
Oh,
that turns out to
yeah,
be
not
less
me.
than accurate,
I
they
like
need some
my
kind of protection against the
eggs
damage to their sales and
hard
reputation.
boiled, hard poached, hard fried. I don't know. Disastrous marriages.
Those are mostly for top rungers in Byzantium who have a lot of social
And
and
everyone has their
financial
preferences?
capital wrapped
Yeah,
up in
absolutely.
marriage contracts.
Absolutely.
There's one for your beloved eloping with your sibling, your beloved eloping with their sibling.
And I think it's
scandalous
common
rumors
to like
forcing
run
you apart,
yokes.
the revelation of a
Tons of
secret
people
love
do,
child.
but I find
We
it
try to cover every
like turns my
possible
stomach.
hazard to domestic bliss.
Though the first time, and one of the worst times I've ever had food poisoning, was also the first time I ever had runny yolks. I got incredibly
thing's for
sick and was
sure,
vomiting
you won't find better
for hours. Hours and hours and hours. So, yeah, it's not a thing that'll help. Being incredibly sick after eating something will often turn you off of that food, I find. Another vending machine discovered. Damn, a lot of places to procure things here.
Come back later. Or better yet, not at all. Now is not a good time. If it's important, try again tomorrow. We got our paws full enough as it is. Go away. Come back later. Or better yet, not at all.
Poached eggs with some milk and garlic. The only way I've ever had poached eggs is with hollandaise, like eggs Benedict.
Always imagined Fallbrook would be cleaner, fancier, stocked with better booze,
cheaper.
Get an egg that is tarted, going bad. The yolk will smell odd after frying it or boiling it.
That's because you've got a terrible tell. Whenever you're lying, your right eye twitches.
Yeah, I don't know.
Want to make a run with me to Stella Bay? The boss lady told me to take the night off.
I'm beat. This is Reginald's stuff,
What is this?
but it looks like he's not home. Let's search the room. Try to figure out where he's gone.
I don't, yeah. I just avoid runny yolks and then I'm fine. I've never gotten sick from eggs another time since then.
Makes you wonder what the secret ingredient is.
All of the, these posters that are like the anatomy posters are things that are in one of my followers' rooms, I believe. Report. I can't believe I'm still stuck in this law-forsaken town, but at least I think I may have finally found a spot with promise. Down the tunnel in the riverbank outside of town. Produced 1 nugget and 2 teeth. I wonder if I can find a dentist who'd pay something for the teeth.
Sounds like Cheney's gone gold panning down on the river. I guess even scholars need to find ways to make ends meet in exile.
I guess so. Wild. Do. You find ship decorations here and there throughout the game. Well, I found a bunch of them, but it's just funky because there's like several decorations that were in one person's room all in this one spot. I'm wondering if it's like kind of, oh, if you missed it, here's like a place to stock up on all the things that you might have missed. Oh, pardon me. It looks like Devil is streaming. Nice. Doing a co-stream with someone though. Augur should be streaming today too. Oh, sick. When's that happening? Oh, this battle, the loyalty skin chest. If anybody wants to take part in this battle and spend a few channel points, they can get themselves, I believe, 200 gold. Which seems, you know, pretty worth to me. $200 gold for some channel points. Anybody? Going once, going twice? Do it up. Also, the more people that take part in the battle, the more rewards there are, which is always nice too. And I think that while that battle is loading up, I think I might go and raid Devila, who's a member of the community. I would go later, I usually do, but I'm really tired right now. So unfortunately I started late as well, which makes me feel kind of bad doing such a short stream, but I'm just exhausted. Let's go raid Devila. Yeah. Super nice person. Very supportive. If anybody wants to copy paste a raid message, that's always appreciated. I've got one with all our little sub emotes, and I've got one just with global emotes for those who aren't subscribed. Yeah, feel free to copy paste one of those, or, you know, whatever. Use your own emotes. Use emotes from friends' channels, you know. Whatever you like. No worries, just take care of your health. I think that is a good idea. I'm gonna get a little bit of rest. Yeah, thank you for hanging out. Those who came to, you know, to spend some time with me this evening while we're doing just one of the shortest streams I've ever done. 2.5 hours. And yeah, hopefully I'll catch you tomorrow. I should be going tomorrow. I think tomorrow we're going to do something a little bit different. My skeleton friend gifted me a game that's apparently quite a bit like Undertale, and so I think we're gonna tackle that tomorrow. That's my plan, at least. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, thank you so much for coming by, saying hi, hanging out. Once again, I appreciate it, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Sleep well, stay hydrated, or well, in your case and humanity, enjoy the rest of your days. I'll see you next time.